it going, everybody? Trevor, Randles, Outdoors Iowa here today. Today it's gonna be a little bit noisy, but hopefully that GoPro Media mod's gonna help with it. We are out walleye fishing, you guys. A little bit windy, but the wind's out of the north, so it's gonna help a little bit. But we'll have some line sag, so it might be a little hard to feel some of the fish. But I'm hoping to get in some walleye. We're starting a little bit later in the year this year, but that's just because of ice out and everything else that was going on. We had a really long cold spell. And I don't know, I feel pretty lucky, you guys. I think we're gonna get into them today. But I'm gonna go ahead and start out. Braided fishing line, you guys, that really helps in the wind, really helps cut the current, and it also helps you cast further. When you're river fishing for walleyes, that really helps. And then we're going to use, to start out with, it's almost like a Shiner minnow mimic on a 1/4 ounce jig head, you guys. So come along with me, let's see if we get a couple walleye for a meal. All right, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Some of the stuff I'm gonna be looking for, we got a dam right here, as you guys can see coming across. A lot of the fish will come up the river and congregate right before the dam. I also see a nice stick hanging out up here right off the surface of the water. And just from experience, I know there's a good rock pile down here towards the bottom, about 100 to 200 yards out. So we're going to be targeting in front of the rock pile, around the tree, and up by the dam, you guys. And then also we can cast further out in the middle and let our jig drift to see if we can pick anything up out there. But let's go ahead and get after it, see what we can get. We'll start with a 1/4 ounce jig head. If I feel like I need to go a little bit heavier, I'll go heavier. A lot of that depends on the wind and the current. And I think we just missed a fish. Oh, we got it. Too much line, too much slack in the line. That's a big fish, you guys. First cast. What did we get? It's fighting good, whatever it is. It'll be right down here in front of us. I did not bring a net, so. Oh, a nice walleye. First cast. Hopefully that's not a curse. Let's see if we can get this one up. Swing it. This one's a little bit big. Oop. We lost it. So guess what? Bringing that first cast, lost about, I don't know, I'd say it's probably about a 2.5 pound walleye. Rookie mistake there. I have a hand net, but it won't reach down there. So it looks like I'll have to be bringing a big net. So we'll come up with a different idea. I think there is a stairway down below. So if I have to, I can walk down and grab one if I have that situation happen again. But darn it, lost our first walleye. All right, guys, really similar bait to what I was just using, but we're gonna try this out. This is one of our GB baits that we end up picking up at the Fisherman's Swap Meet. I bet you it's gonna work great. So if I do get another one that's too big, I think the stairway is a couple 100 yards down that way. It'll be worth the walk if I get one. Just starting with the slow retrieve. That first walleye, you guys, it hit it just on the drift with the wind. Let it sit for a minute when you first cast. Maybe reel up a little bit of slack in case you get a hit right away. Once you feel bottom, go ahead and start doing your bottom bouncing. There's one. Was that third cast maybe? This one feels a little bit smaller, maybe. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love walleye fishing. Absolutely love walleye fishing. Why did I wait so long? And it's another big one, not as big as that first one though. Definitely a keeper. Oh. All right, guys, we're gonna walk this one. I don't want to break off on another. I'd feel pretty stupid if I did it again. Stairs are past this unfortunate sandbar, so that's not gonna work. But we are over the top of the sandbar. We're gonna try hand lining it up just carefully. Sometimes you can get away with this if you are just nice and steady with the line. If it does break and he ends up on the sandbar, I'll go get some rope from the truck. And nope, we got him. All right. Check that out, you guys. Second fish, and sad part is that first one was actually bigger than this. That's a good 2.5 pound, 3 pound fish though, guys. That was a walk, you guys, but check that out. There's that GB, oh, easy. There's that GB baits right there. Got it done. All right, you guys. We're gonna get this one on stringer. And I don't know, what do you think? Think we can scratch out a limit? I'm sure gonna try, but let's keep after it. All right, so the color on that GB bait, you guys, is Midnight Disco. 3-inch swim bait fatty. Let's throw it back in, see if we can get another. Gonna try for that same area. I'm just casting downstream, past where that log is. 'Cause I feel like they're gonna be congregated behind that log. Usually earlier in the season. That was a rock. Usually earlier in the season, they don't like to hold all the way up into the dam just yet, but you can still find them. And you'll have males usually moving the most. You get those 1 to 2 pound males. Looks like we might lose this jig. Yep. So I have a softer wire hook here so that I could possibly, if I get hooked up in the rocks again, be able to pull this hook out of the rocks and just rebend it back into shape. I have pretty good luck with that, depending on how bad the hooks get bent. But if you find yourself in a spot where you keep getting stuck into the rocks, lighten up your jigs possibly. It means you're sticking too much to the bottom, and that would help. Today I'm not going to do that because we're going to be fighting that wind, and I really want to be able to feel that bite. Sure feels good to be back on the river, you guys. Ice is finally out. These walleye are going to be so much fun these next couple weeks. If we have to, I'll switch up to a brighter color, but I don't feel like we have to. At least not yet. Give this about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes without a bite, then we will. And there it is. If you got something on that's working, guys, don't change it. A little bit smaller of a walleye, this one. Oh yeah. That is actually the perfect eat. Oh. Almost made a great escape. That, you guys, is a perfect eating size walleye right there. Perfect 1.5 pound walleye. Finally. I had to work for this bite, guys. A little bit smaller of a fish. Had to switch up to a chartreuse. Let go, buddy. Let go, don't tear it with plastic. Oh my gosh, his teeth. He's gonna get me. There we go. Had to switch up to a chartreuse plastic. Wasn't getting a bite for quite a while, but nice little guy. A little too small to keep there. We'll throw this one back. And off he goes. Went about 15 minutes without bites, so that's why I switched up colors. Sometimes if you do that, it really helps. And then also just start casting in different areas and see if you can find if they move to a different area or if they're holding in a certain area. But let's get back in there. I feel like we might have to do something different here soon. The bite is definitely slowing down. But sometimes that happens when you cast in the same area again and again and again. I'm fanning out a little bit, but I'm really limited to where I can cast with all the rocks. Now, if the water in the river keeps coming up, we'll be game on. There'll be a lot more area to fish up here. There's one right up close. This one is borderline eater. Yeah, it's an eater. Oh. I had to switch up plastics again. Ah. Calm down. But barely an eater. Right at a pound probably. 16-inch walleye at least. A little skinny, but that'll eat. Bites are getting a lot fewer. I'm gonna end up staying just a little bit later than what I planned on. But this puts us to 3 on the stringer. I just put this plastic on. That was the first cast, so let's see if we can get a few more on it just because. Smaller, slimmer profile, so I think maybe that might help. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. We'll see. I mean, come on. I just switched colors, you guys. On the drop. I mean, I was just pulling up slack. Feels like a good one, though. Definitely a keeper. Whew. Should be able to pull this one up. Check that out, you guys. Sometimes just switching the bait, he engulfed that. Wow. This is where pliers would come in handy. No. Open your mouth. Got him. Switch to a little Berkeley shad minnow type deal. Very similar to the GB baits, but it has ribs on it, and it looks like that might have done the trick. All right, you guys, that's number 4. Can we get number 5? Let's see. Man, I hope we can get number 5 pretty quick, because I can't feel my hands. I'd wear gloves, but man, I'll tell you what, you just can't feel as much when you wear gloves. So I'm only wearing when I absolutely have to. Trying another color change. There we go. There we go. Second cast on the color change. Woo! All right. Went with a purple nurple. That's what got this one. Relax. Check that out, guys. 5th and final walleye. That is our limit. This is our 3rd time out this year. 2nd limit so far. Pretty awesome, guys. This might end up being a really good year for walleye this spring. Probably going to be short-lived since we're starting so late. But I'm stoked, you guys. That's awesome. That is so awesome. So we finished out, let's see, 9 o'clock. Oops. So about an hour later than what I planned on. All right, you guys, check it out. There's our limit of walleye. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Woo! I'm gonna head home. I want to get some sleep. And we got plenty of time to get back out next week. I got a big trip planned this weekend, so hopefully that works out. Gotta go home, get ready for it after I sleep some today. But seemed like the secret today was just keep switching colors for some reason. Sometimes it's just like that. You just, in this area, since I'm limited to where I can fish because of the rocks and the dam, I'm fishing a lot of the same area, multiple casts in a row. I feel like when you switch up colors on them, you're throwing something different in front of them. That's when you get those extra bites. So don't be scared to switch up colors if you have to. That was one heck of a day, you guys. Took us about 2, maybe 2.5 hours to get our limit. And we lost, what, 2 fish, maybe 3. So it did pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and get packed up, get on out of here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. That's a walleye. And she swallowed it. That is a monster.